right. Let's find a comfortable seat, adding a cushion or a blanket underneath your hips if that feels supportive. We'll begin rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. And bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can gently float your hands down, keeping your eyes closed or having your gaze gently downward. Lifting your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the floor with each exhale. Shoulders are back and down. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibrations. Take another full breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding and opening, contracting and relaxing. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. Continuing this full deep breath. As you come to your next inhale, gently bring your hands to the heart, palms together. And as you exhale, extend the arms out in front, keeping the palms together. Inhale, open the arms wide, lifting the heart. Exhale, bring the palms together over the head. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, extend the arms in front. Inhale, open wide with gratitude. Exhale, gather in all that is offered, palms together over the head. Inhale, bringing that into your heart, soaking up as much as you need. Exhale, extending the arms out and sending whatever is left into the world. Inhale, open with gratitude. Exhale, gather in all that is offered, palms together over the head. Inhale it to your heart. Exhaling what's left into the world. Continue following this pattern, allowing your heart to open, filling it up with whatever is needed in this moment, connecting and filling up the world with the breath as well. Let's do one more full round. And the next time your hands are at the heart, go ahead and stay there. Returning to your natural breath. Noticing any changes you feel in your mind or body. Remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace and calm. Keeping the pinkies and the thumbs gently touching and the palms. Open the pointer, middle, and ring fingers away from each other, creating the lotus mudra. As we hold that mudra at our heart, connecting with the light and love within us. Allowing the light to flow on the breath throughout our entire body. Connecting with our inner joy, allowing it to radiate up onto our face in a smile. And breathing it out into the space around us. As we continue our practice, allowing your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. Gently bringing the fingers back together. And when you're ready, floating your hands down and gently opening your eyes. Can switch your legs or change positions as needed. And with your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch our shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Let's bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down, tucking the shoulder blades in. Gently strengthening the muscles around the scapula. Now let's press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the heart gently, squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any tension. And opening the arms wide, turning the palms up, lift the heart. Gently draw the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. Flexing the wrists if that feels okay, pressing through the palms. Then gently bringing the arms in front, crossing the right arm over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist, or arms at the shoulders, or hands at the shoulders if that feels better. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing the elbows gently away from you as you squeeze the arms together. Notice the jaw and the neck, allowing them to be soft. If it feels okay, you can gently lower and lift the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. And with your next inhale, lifting the elbows a little higher and gently arching if that feels okay. And as you exhale, gently folding over, being careful of the low back, letting the weight of the arms open the upper back. And with your next inhale, coming back to center. We'll unwrap the arms, open wide, pressing through those palms. And then bringing the arms in front, crossing the left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or right hand around the left wrist, or hands at the shoulders. Lifting the elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Jaw and neck are relaxed. Gently squeezing the arms together, pushing the elbows away. Breathing into the upper back. And again, if it feels okay, gently lowering and lifting the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. And with your next inhale, if it feels okay, gently lifting the elbows up, gently arching. And as you exhale, folding over part way, letting the elbows, the arms drop down, opening through the upper back. And then with your next inhale, lifting back to the center, unwrapping the arms, will open wide, reaching the fingertips out to the side, tucking the shoulder blades down. And then either with hands open or with closed fists, gently make some circles with your wrist. And then we'll bring the hands together at the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms out in front, roll the shoulders forward, drop the chin round the spine. Inhale, lifting the palms up, gently arching. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And this time as you exhale, leave the palms up and gently drop the chin toward the chest. Soften the elbows. Roll the shoulders back toward each other, gently squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades, wringing out the trapezius muscles. Relax the jaw and the back of the neck. If it feels okay, you could press the palms a little higher, listening to your elbows and wrists and shoulders. And with your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, slowly float the arms down. And take a breath in and out. With your next inhale, lift the right arm up by your ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach. This time hold and breathe, dropping the right hip. Lift the heart, chin is away from the chest, reaching through the fingertips. Breathing into the right side of the body. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, floating the right hand down. Inhale, lifting the left arm up by the ear. Exhale, reaching across the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach, hold and breathe. Dropping the left hip, lifting the heart, chin away from the chest, reaching through the fingertips. Breathing into the left side of the body. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, float the hand down. Take a breath in and out. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. You could stay on your blanket if you want, or come off of it. We're going to work with a full twist. So let's bend the right leg. Drawing the knee in toward the chest. You can stay here or bring the right foot on the outside of the left leg. You could stay here or bring the left foot by the right hip. Again, if you need some support in one way or another, please add that. We'll bring the right hand behind the right hip. Left arm extends out. Gonna either wrap it around that leg, drawing it in toward the chest, or bring the arm on the outside of the leg. Hand can be down, up, or at the heart. Now that you're all twisty, face forward, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently twist toward the right. Head comes around left. Lifting the heart with your inhale, gently twisting through your exhale. And with your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. We're going to stack that right knee on top of the left in cow face pose, or if you have your leg extended, you can also bend that right leg over the top here. If you need some support of a blanket or block underneath the leg, please add that as well. We'll bring the hands in front of the legs, lift the spine tall, and then tilting the pelvis forward, gently, extending out over the legs just as far as feels okay. Should feel some stretch around the outer hips and perhaps your low back. Try to keep the head extended out from the spine, not dropping down, so that you can really lengthen and soften. One more breath. And then with your next inhale, lifting up tall. Let's bring the right arm up and pat ourselves on the back. We'll bring the left hand or arm underneath, working your hand as close toward each other as feels okay. I forgot to say using a strap in that right hand if that feels better, or a sleeve or sock will work. Just working the hands as close toward each other as feels comfortable. And when you find that comfortable spot, lift the heart and the chin gently. Tuck the right shoulder blade down. And then when you're ready, gently release. And we'll unwrap our legs. Then let's bend the left leg, drawing it in toward the chest. You could stay here or bring the left foot on the outside of the right knee. Stay here or bring the right foot by the left hip. Left hand behind the left hip, right arm extends out, wrapping around the leg or coming on the outside of the leg, hand down, up, or at the heart. Face forward, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently twist, lifting the heart with each inhale, gently twisting through the ribs with each exhale. Hold and breathe, finding that edge between flexibility and inflexibility. And with your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. We'll again stack the left knee on top of the right, or extend that lower leg to give yourself more accessibility there. Again, adding any supports of a blanket or block underneath that leg as needed. Hands in front of the legs, lifting the heart, tilting the pelvis forward as we extend the spine over the legs. Back of the neck is nice and long, lengthening and softening. Noticing where you feel that tightness and tension, and gently softening around it. One more breath. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. If you want to use the strap, placing that in the left hand, we'll bring that left arm up, gently patting ourselves on the back or holding the strap there. Reaching the right arm underneath as far as feels comfortable. If your fingertips can reach together, you can gently curl those, or just work your hands with the strap as close as feels comfortable. Once you found that comfortable place, lift the heart and lift the chin gently. Reaching that left elbow up toward the sky, tucking the left shoulder blade down. And then gently release. And we'll unwrap the legs. Let's gently flex the feet and then point. You can do this following your breath. Inhale, flexing. Exhale, pointing. And then let's flex 1.1 and switch. And follow your breath. And now let's make some circles with our ankles. And reverse the circle. Then let's bring the soles of our feet together in Baddha Konasana. And let's take a moment to just gently massage the bottom of our feet. So from the heel, bringing the thumb to the heel, and just sliding up the center of the foot. Just with as much pressure as feels comfortable for you. And then coming along the arch, coming toward the inside of the foot. And then when you're ready, coming along those outer edges of the feet. You can give a little pull on each of your toes if that feels okay. This is a nice thing to do before bed as well, with some oil or some lotion, maybe a little lavender essential oil, just to help stimulate all the different organs that are connected with the bottom of our feet. And it's very relaxing too. Give our feet a little TLC. And we'll bring the feet in toward the groin as close as feels comfortable. Gently taking hold either at the toes or the ankles. Think about pressing the feet together and engaging those inner groin muscles so the knees will lift a little bit. Remember to keep breathing. And now release, letting the knees fall out to the side, and then think about engaging the outer hip muscles and drawing the knees down a little bit more with those muscles. Lift the heart and gently begin to tilt forward, extending the spine out over the legs, softening through the inner groin. Notice where you're holding on there. Soften around it. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Let's extend the right leg out, keeping the left leg in toward the groin. We'll turn to face the bent leg, placing the right hand on the knee. Inhale, lift the left arm up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body, right shoulder gently coming toward the right leg. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Dropping that left hip, lifting the heart, reaching through the fingertips. Noticing where you can let go through the side body and the low back. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, floating the hand down and turning to face the right leg. Bringing the hands on either side of the leg. Lengthening through the spine, reaching through the heel. Deep breath in as you lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, again, tilting the pelvis, gently reaching over the leg. If you'd like to use your strap around your foot here instead, you can do that. Sorry, I don't have one handy to model that, but you can hold that strap and lift and lengthen here. Softening through the hamstrings, through the low back. Back of the neck is nice and long. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. We'll bring the left hand a few inches away from the left leg, no, left hip, right arm over the right leg. And with your next inhale, you can either reach across here or lift up onto the knee and hand, opening into crescent pose. And then we'll gently lower down. And we'll switch our legs. So left leg is extended out. Pardon me while I take this off. Right leg is bent, foot in toward the groin. My bracelets are cute. I'm getting it off today. Turning to face our right leg, bringing the left hand to the right knee, Inhale the right arm up by the ear. Exhale, reach across the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Hold and breathe. Dropping the right hip, lifting the heart, chin away from the chest, reaching through the fingertips. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, turn to face the left leg, flexing the foot. If you're using the strap, go ahead and wrap that around the foot. Otherwise, hands on either side of your leg, lengthening through the spine, tilting the pelvis forward as you exhale. Lengthening and softening. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And let the breath go. Let's bring our legs together with our knees bent in front of us. Taking a hold behind the knees, we'll come up onto our toes. If you need some more padding underneath your tailbone, you can add a blanket and make sure that it's clear behind you so that if you tip that you don't hit your head on anything. So drawing the belly muscles down toward the back, let's gently lift the feet. Ooh, my arches are aching a little, or cramping a little, that's weird. Lifting the calves parallel to the floor, belly muscles draw down, lengthen through the spine. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, extending the legs out as we move into forward boat. You can stay in either of those leg positions and keep holding behind the knees or extend the arms out alongside the legs. Drawing the belly muscles down like a seatbelt. You want to take a little rest, you can bend the knees, draw them in, balancing or tapping your toes down. And then extending out again to the same version or a different version, whatever feels good for you right now. Just thinking about drawing those belly muscles down. And then we'll lower the feet down, drop the knees out to the side, slide the feet away from us, and then sliding the hands underneath the lower leg, hands on the shins, ankles, or feet, rounding the spine, releasing into star pose. And then with your next inhale, rolling up, shoulders back and down. And let's come forward onto our hands and knees. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Softening the elbows so the inner elbows are facing each other. Tuck the shoulders back and down, head extends out from the spine, belly muscles drawn up. Strong table pose. With your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath. All right. So tucking our toes under, hips up and back, soften the knees, tuck the shoulder blades. Head is between the arms with the chin away from the chest. Heels gently floating toward the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths. Rooting through the feet and hands, lifting to the sitting bones. Shifting your weight to your left foot with your next inhale, lift the right leg behind you. Reaching high, lengthening through the spine. If it feels okay, you can bend the leg, lifting that right hip, stacking it over the left, feeling that stretch in the front of the hip. And coming back to center, we'll draw the right knee in toward the chest and gently step forward. Walking that foot out far enough so that your knee is stacked over your ankle. You can keep the left knee in the air or let it come down to the floor, whatever feels best for you right now. Pressing the right hip back, left hip forward. From whichever version feels right, you can bring the torso up, bringing the hands to the knee. Or if it feels okay, lifting the arms up over the head at cactus or hands at the heart. Right hip back, left hip forward, soften through the front of the left leg, or left hip, excuse me. And we'll float our hands down, plant the left hand on the inside of the right foot, right hand to the knee, gently twisting the torso to face the thigh, and lifting the right arm up if that feels okay. Gently twisting. We'll float the right hand down, drop that back knee down if it isn't already, and then we're going to walk the right foot across the mat and lay the knee down onto the mat. So we'll work with sleeping pigeon here. If this is not comfortable or accessible for you, you could do a seated cross 4 here, or you could also do the cross 4 on your back. So whichever feels most accessible for you right now. If you're in pigeon, lifting the heart, letting those hips be even with the mat, and slip a block or blanket under that right hip for support to help you if you need that. And as you exhale, gently lower onto the forearms. From any position, gently breathing into that right hip. Letting go where you might be holding on. We'll press back onto the hands. Tuck the back foot under and step back into downward dog. And if you're in cross 4, you can come back and meet us in downward dog. Softening the knees, hips reach up high, heels float low. Shoulder blades roll back toward each other. Chin is gently away from the chest. Lengthening through the entire back of the body. Shifting the weight to the right foot. Inhale, lifting the left leg up behind you, reaching through that heel. Like first, keeping the hips parallel to the mat, softening through the Achilles tendon and the calf on the right foot, or right leg. Words mixing up today. Now bending that left knee, if it feels okay, opening that hip, stacking the left hip over the right. Breathing into the front of the hip. Shifting back to the center, we'll draw the knee in toward the chest and then gently step forward. Working those toes forward so that we can have the knee stacked over the ankle. The right leg can be in the air, right knee can be in the air or down onto the mat. Think about pressing the right hip forward, left hip back, squaring the hip with the front of the mat. Pushing into the left foot. You can stay here or bring the hands to the knee as you lift the torso. Or arms over the head, elbows out at cactus, or hands to the heart. Finding that position that works for you in this moment. Keeping those hips square, softening gently through the front of the right hip. And we'll float the hands down, planting the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Nope, left foot. Again, your knee can be in the air or on the mat. Bringing the left hand to the left knee, turning and twisting toward the thigh. Stay here or sweep that left arm up. And we'll float the hand down. Bringing that back knee down, we'll walk the left foot across the mat and drop the left knee down. And again, options of seated or supine cross 4 here instead. Adding support of a blocker blanket underneath that left hip to help you be a little more stable and even if you need it. Lifting the heart and gently coming down over the leg as that feels comfortable. Or if you're in that seated or supine cross 4, gently drawing the knee toward the body. Breathing into the left hip, gently letting go. You can bring the forehead down to the hands or a block if that feels comfortable as well. And gently pressing into the hands. Tucking the back foot under, stepping back into downward dog. And let's walk our hands closer toward the feet. Coming into Uttanasana, you can bring block underneath the hands or bring the hands to the shins. Softening the knees, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips behind you. Lengthen through the spine. With your next inhale, lift halfway up. As you come to your next exhale, gently fold over just as far as feels okay. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, lifting the palms up over the head. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's work with Vrksasana tree pose as our balance pose today. So if you'd like to use the wall for support, you can stand with your back against the wall. I also saw a great modification of having a chair next to you, and you could have your leg here and the knee resting on the chair as another modification, if you'd like to try that. So finding our feet hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shifting your weight to the left leg, keeping that knee soft, engaging the quadriceps in the thigh. We'll turn the right leg out to the side, resting the heel against the leg. Find a focus spot for your gaze. And you can either stay here, working on balance by lifting the toes, bring the foot to the calf, or gently bring the foot into the groin, pressing the leg and foot against each other for stability. When you find your steady place, bringing the hands to the heart, lifting up out of the hip gently, pressing into the floor with the foot, lengthening through the crown of the head. You can stay here or gently lift the arms, palms together or apart, or using them to help catch you. Pressing that right knee gently out to the side. And then when you're ready, hands to the heart, gently lowering the leg, shaking out that left leg. Finding our balance on both feet again. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lifting the toes, spreading them wide as we lower them down. Shifting our weight to the right leg. Turning the left knee out to the side, finding a focus spot for your gaze. Working on balance by lifting the toes, bringing the foot to the calf or into the groin. Again, whatever feels best for you today on this side. It might be different than the other side. When you find your steady place, bringing your hands to the heart. Pressing into the right foot, lifting up out of the hip, gently reaching through the crown of the head. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could extend the arms up, palms together or apart. My tree is a little unstable today. And then gently bringing the hands to the heart and lowering the leg down. We'll shake out the leg. So I was teaching a class to educators to teach yoga to students and mindfulness, and we were doing this swaying tree pose, and I thought it would be fun for us to do as well today. It's designed for kids, but it felt really good, so I thought you might enjoy it. So we're going to reach our arms up high. We'll have our feet either hip width apart or a little wider than hip width apart. And just at your own pace, whatever feels good for you, you can just gently begin to kind of sway with your arms as though you're in a breeze. And then beginning to bend at the hips You can gently fold over with your swaying arms, lengthening through the spine, and gently coming back up, swaying. Just moving really however your body needs, whatever it's wanting to do in this moment. You can come back down, folding over again. And then coming back up tall when you're ready. And then floating your hands down. So it's a little silly and it feels really good, I think. So I hope that you enjoyed it as well. It's a good little movement break to do when you've been sitting for a long time as well. All right. Let me check the time really fast. All right. Let's bring our legs nice and wide. I'm going to turn the right foot toward the short end of our mat and left heel will drop back. We'll keep our hips facing the long end of the mat. Let's inhale our arms out at shoulder height. And as you exhale, we'll bend that right leg. So coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, keeping that knee stacked over the ankle, lifting the heart, softening the shoulders. Vision over the right hand. Pressing the heels into the mat, engaging the inner groin muscles. Just holding steady, finding your strength, finding your center. And with your next inhale, we'll gently straighten the leg. Float the hands down. Let's turn the feet. Left foot toward the short end of the mat, right heel drops back, hips facing the long end of the mat. Inhale the arms out at shoulder height, tucking the shoulder blades, lifting the heart. Exhale, bending the left leg. Knee is stacked over the ankle. Vision over the left hand if that feels okay. Pressing into the heels of the feet, rooting into the earth, lifting the heart and softening the shoulders. Noticing in this moment what your body can do instead of what you think it can't. Noticing how it's holding you, supporting you, offering you strength in whatever way it can in this moment. And with your next inhale, we'll straighten the leg, float the hands down. Let's turn both feet to face the long end of the mat. And with your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, lengthening through the torso. Exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us, and floating the hands down underneath our shoulders. Lengthening through the spine, softening the knees, pressing into the feet, and lifting up through the sitting bones. Having a block underneath the hands if that feels more supportive. Let's gently bend the right leg and we'll shift our weight to that right foot, gently stretching through the inner groin of the left leg. And we'll come back to the center, bend the left leg, shifting the weight to the left leg, doing that side lunge, Stretching through the inner groin of the right leg. And coming back to the center, lengthening through the spine, softening the knees, relaxing the back of the neck as much as feels okay. We'll walk our feet closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. Adding a block in the center behind the heels if you would like that for Malasana squat. Bending the knees, hands to the heart, lifting the torso, starting in the high Malasana if that feels comfortable, working on strengthening around the hips. Being careful of your knees. If it feels okay, you could lower the hips down toward the heels or a block. Or if you would like to lower the rest of the way down, walk the feet a little further out, pressing the elbows or upper arms into the knees or thighs. Do that as well. Finding your steady place, listening to what your body needs in this moment. And then gently coming back the rest of the way down, we'll meet in cross-legged. My toes were talking to me, so I'm putting the socks on. So lengthening the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. With your next inhaling breath, reach to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Tucking the right shoulder back and down, breathing into the left side of the neck. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. And as you exhale, drop the left ear over the left shoulder, tucking the left shoulder back and down. Breathe into the right side of the neck. And with your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. Exhale the chin over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale the chin over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. And let the breath go. We'll bend the knees in front of us. If you'd like to cover up a little before we lay back, feel free. Coming to the center of the mat, Bending the knees, hands behind the knees, rounding the spine into a C, and then we'll gently roll back using the belly muscles. Lengthening through the spine. Let's lift the feet up toward the sky, rocking the hands or a block underneath the hips to support the legs. Lengthening through the neck. Ankles and knees are relaxed as you breathe into the belly. And gently bend the knees. Rock the hands or block out from underneath the hips. Hugging the knees in toward the chest. You can gently rock from side to side, or if it feels okay, you can make small circles with the low back by drawing the knees in and out. And if you're making circles, you can reverse those. And then if you'd like one last twist, bringing the arms out at shoulder height, palms facing down, gently dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left, releasing the muscles around the hip, releasing through the spine. With your next inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. Softening around the hip, easing through the spine. With your next inhale, gently come back to the center. Lower the feet down to the mat. You can either extend out into Shavasana with the legs down or a bolster under the knees. You could bring the feet to the edges of the mat, resting the knees together. Or if you'd like, you can come to Supta Baddha Konasana for your relaxation today with the soles of the feet together in the butterfly pose. And if you'd like a little support, a block underneath the leg, that could be supportive as well. Shoulders tuck back and down. Arms slightly away from the body with the palms turned up. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Gently bring your awareness back to the breath. Allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can roll to your side or bend your knees and roll to your side and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. I'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the nature of the true light within them. Sorry, my words are escaping me today. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our communities, and for ourselves. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Sorry for the little